The Osborne Association works to create opportunities for those impacted by the criminal justice system, helping more than 12,000 individuals every year that are imprisoned from Buffalo to New York City and everywhere in between. Today, I'm proud to announce that we were able to secure $180,000 in this year's state budget to support a critical piece of the programming here at the Osborne Association, the FamilyWorks Buffalo initiative right here at the Community Health Center of Buffalo. $180,000 that we were able to secure to continue that mission that was created by the Osborne Association, operating right here at Community Health Center's headquarters. The FamilyWorks program provides free video visits for families of incarcerated individuals. So many of us have relied on video conferencing this past year. We all know what Zoom is now. Does anybody know what the hottest phrase is in all of America? You're muted. That is the most talked about phrase in all of America. You are muted. Recently I've said unmute yourself, but that's a little aberration of it. But we all know how it works. This visual video conferencing, it's become the norm for us as we've been dealing with this pandemic. But for incarcerated individuals and for the families of those who are incarcerated, it has become a lifeline. It has become a link between families. It has become a tool to make sure that families are kept together and that children don't have to suffer any further from the ravages of having a family member incarcerated. And then when we talk about the development of healthy children in New York State, so much of that centers around establishing that connection to their families in these developmental and formative years. And we know that in the cases of incarceration, the connection is disrupted. The sense of normalcy and routine is upended. And to make matters worse, when incarcerated parents are housed far away from home, the cost and the distance associated with that incarceration with in-person visits often becomes unrealistic and even unachievable. So these video visits are provided in partnership with the New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision in 11 New York State prisons. And that's where the FamilyWorks program comes into play and why it's so essential. Since launching, the FamilyWorks video program served over 44 families, providing more than 145 visits. And we know that that number is just the tip of the iceberg. I want to note that this funding builds upon funding that we secured just a couple of years ago that established this program in the first place, but it's only because of leaders like you that are all here today that are driven to do the right thing by families in our community and in communities across New York State. And we know doing the right thing isn't necessarily oftentimes the popular thing to do, but we know how essential this work is. We know how essential it is to keep those children connected to their parents, to keep families connected to their spouses and loved ones, and it's essential to not only get someone through their serving society's debt, but getting them back on their feet once they have served that debt.